You should make a movie, even if nobody is gonna watch it. It seems pretty counterintuitive. I actually did this twice. I'm not talking short films either. I have 2 full-length feature films that are private on my YouTube channel or unlisted on Amazon.com. I'll tell you why at the end of the video. First reason I have, why you should make a movie even if nobody's gonna watch. If you really wanna learn how to make movies, there's really no better way than to just go out and try it.
There's no generic learning process. The one learning process is to get a camera, go do it.
It doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing because you're gonna mess up so bad no matter what. You're gonna learn very fast what works and what doesn't. And the next time you try it, it's just gonna be that much better. It's a little bit like drinking out of a fire hose. You get a lot of information very, very quickly. And it's often very uncomfortable. But unfortunately, I think growing hurts. And I wish it wasn't like that. Reason number 2 why you should make a movie even if nobody's gonna watch it. It's pretty much the only way I've made friends in my entire life. This is kind of the thing that sets filmmaking aside from other mediums, is that it has to be collaborative. It's literally every single art form just crammed into one, and you can't do it on your own. So it forces you to go out there and talk to other people who maybe have different skills, different interests, and they're better at other things than you. It's the best. At the same time, I think you get really close to people when you suffer with them. You're gonna be outside in the middle of the night for 8 hours with this person, and it's gonna stretch your relationship farther than you ever thought. Reason number 3, oh yeah, this is a good one. You never really know how capable you are until you really apply pressure to yourself. It sounds kind of cliche, but sometimes things are cliche because they're true. But I don't think there's a lot of opportunities in life to really push yourself that far and to limit test yourself. That's really fun. Maybe that's why Alex Honnold goes free soloing, because he's kind of addicted to pushing the limits of what he can achieve, where you don't really know how far you could push yourself until you get out there and try. Reason number 4, nobody cares. And you would grow old waiting for somebody to hand you this big opportunity to direct the movie idea that you want to do. There is something so encouraging about doing it and not waiting and just running with it, because I have faith that as you do things and as you build things, you will find the people that do care. And instead of waiting for them to come to you, you go out there and you do it for yourself. If everybody cared about what I made or what I did, I would overthink everything I ever wrote. It would suddenly become a lot of pressure and not as fun. One day, I hope a lot of people care, but there is a huge advantage and a huge weight lifted off your shoulders because nobody cares. You can go out there, do whatever you want, find the people that do. That's important. Reason number 5. If you're watching this video, then maybe filmmaking is like your dream, or you have other dreams or creative pursuits that you want to tackle in the future. This very cool filmmaker said to me one time that if you do everything yourself and you only have yourself to rely on, you'll never be disappointed. And then there is no dream, there is just action. So reason number 5 is to just not let your dreams continue to be dreams. The filmmaker that told me that was Jim Cummings. He directed this crazy movie called Thunder Road that went to Sundance. Jim Cummings is a guy who writes, directs, and acts in all of his movies, so he really only has himself to rely on. In practice, I think it's one of those things where it's like, man, I'm just trying my best. And if that's not working out, then it's not working out. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna change paths. That's been one of the biggest takeaways, because the road is not always smooth. I have a lot of anxiety about whether or not my dreams are gonna come true. I realize that I have a lot more control than I thought. I think it's one of the biggest takeaways I've had from directing my own feature films that nobody has ever seen. Obviously, you want people to see your movie. One day that will be true, but there is so much more to the process of making your first movie or making your second movie that is people are going to watch it. The reason I made 2 movies and just never showed them to anybody is because, oh man, I mean, I don't really know. It's kind of the most likely thing to occur, I guess. I never really thought that far ahead. And by the time I finished both movies, I realized that there's a whole other skill set of marketing, stuff that I'm just not very good at. It's just a symptom of me trying it and not realizing how much is involved in those particular departments. Those are just 5 reasons. I feel like I could come up with literally 20. If you have any questions, comments, throw them down below. That's another YouTube video. Goodbye.